Okay, I have taken YouTube seriously for the past couple months, and this is kind of everything that I find super important to my process in creating content for YouTube. When it comes to my creative process specifically, I outline everything. I jot down all my ideas, and then within those ideas, I try to come up with talking points so that I could talk about the thing that I want to make a YouTube video about. The next thing that I found out was super useful for specifically YouTube, as well as almost every single video that you put on the internet, is the fact of B-roll, showing people what you're doing instead of just talking about it. Now, another thing that I specifically have learned is how to mic up the setting properly. Now, I've used shotgun mics before and they worked a little bit. I've placed DJI mics just kind of somewhere near me, but I also noticed that if I ever turned to talk a different direction because I'm just going off on random thoughts and I'm turning and I'm twisting and I'm not looking directly at the camera, if I turn away from that mic, you guys wouldn't be able to hear me. Another thing that I learned while shooting for YouTube week in and week out is I found out that it's much more engaging when you change the angle, lighting, or situation between every single thought and between every single shot. So if the thought changes, change the shot up. Make sure that it has different lighting or a different angle or different something, just to keep your audience engaged and it doesn't feel as dull. Hi, Bubs. If you guys didn't already know, I do live with a dog. He comes with dog tendencies. He's honestly a cat more than a dog, but he still barks. One of the things I've been seeing on the World Wide Web is the simple fact of authenticity, which is why I'm shooting while I'm setting up rather than shooting when I'm already set up. Because again, this is a learning process and I've made mistakes, but I'm swapping it up every single shot that I do, that I try to do. One of the things that has also tremendously helped me is just the acceptance of the shot's gonna be messy. Not everything is going to be a cinematic masterpiece. The hardest part to recording any video is setting up the camera and hitting that record button. We always delay ourselves in the creative process of like, oh, it needs to be perfect. Oh, this light needs to be over here. The light needs to be over there. It has to have this exact framing. But honestly, once you swallow the pride of it all, once you swallow your ego and just think, hey, messy is okay, you get so creative and then people resonate with that more. There comes a point where you start to ask yourself, hey, did it get done? If the answer is yes, you are so far ahead of everyone else that hasn't done anything. So messy is okay. I feel like I'm always setting up this Godox light. And don't get me wrong, it's a great light, but I need a better system in order to do these YouTube videos. I want to be able to just pull out the camera, hit record, and get the ball rolling, you know? And accepting the fact of messy is okay really does help me with that. Because when I accept messy is okay, it takes the pressure of being a perfectionist just off my shoulders. Don't get me wrong, you should probably always portray professionalism, but this is me just being quirky. That's what this YouTube channel is about. It's a portfolio, yes, but it's also kind of just about me. We're in this weird shift of online space right now where authenticity is praised, which means that a personal brand is going to grow a lot faster than a corporate professional brand. We want to see who's behind those big companies. So in doing this YouTube channel, I'm able to talk about the stuff that I love. I get to show a lot of my clients the behind the scenes of me, and I get to teach people at the same time while building a community. So it's awesome doing YouTube. I would do this a year from now if I only had 10 subscribers. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but I'm also going to be a dad soon, which means that life is going to get extra messy, and sometimes I won't have that time to perfect every single shot on my YouTube channel. So when it comes to pumping out content, as long as you're authentic, you don't have to be perfect. Just get something out there. Now, when you start a YouTube channel, you're probably want to post anything. And by all means, post anything and everything. If you post different kinds of content, then you'll eventually find your niche. In my opinion, I shoot 5 to 6 different things and I post about it. Finding your niche takes time, but at the same time, if you're just making content to make content and everything is just scattered across the wind, if you have 100 different things that you've posted and none of those 100 things correlated with each other in any sort of way, then you kind of gotta focus in on one thing. And the way that I do it is I post essentially within 5 different niches, but they overall encompass videography and photography within my company. When it comes to creating a YouTube channel, in the past I made it with a bunch of friends. And even though they were my closest friends, friends drift apart. Life gets busy. People have kids. And when that happens, they're not as dedicated to your channel as you are. It's your channel, no one else's. And what I've seen within my previous channels, as well as a couple friends' channels that I personally have helped with, I always see people come and go. So you can't really rely on people to help you with your YouTube channel. It's only you. It's a depressing thought, but like, no one's as dedicated to your channel as much as you are. The last thing that I found that has been working for me in my YouTube channel is I'm posting constantly. I try to post once a week, but I make 2 videos per week, so I schedule it out. YouTube is one of the only platforms where you're able to schedule out a post, which is huge because it frees up a lot of your time if you stay on top of it. You're not actually seeing these posts in real time. I think that'll change if this YouTube channel blows up. If this YouTube channel blows up, then obviously it's gonna demand more of my time. Big shout out to my buddy Jackson, who watches every single video, as well as Blaze and a couple others. I appreciate you guys for watching and supporting. But that's all I have for you today, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned it faster than I learned it. Go do something with it. And I hope you have a great day.